Welcome.
Welcome. I'm excited to be here and it's
Yeah,
actually working.
I know it's amazing, isn't it? So, just to introduce you again, this is Bonnie of Warner Mountain Weavers, and this, if for those of you who are watching Lonnie Estelle of Lonnie's Lana, this is the Bonnie that Lonnie was referring to. So, just to make that connection,
Yeah, we're
Bonnie.
partners in the shop.
Yes,
Uh,
exactly. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and your business, and introduce us to what you have going on.
Welcome to Warner Mountain Weavers, home of Deep Creek Yarns and Lonnie's Lana Fine Rambouillet. We're also the home of the High Desert Fiber Shed. So we have a lot going on here. Um, we're unique in a yarn store in that we not only sell yarn and knitting supplies, but we also incorporate weaving and spinning and natural dyeing. So I
That's
can
so
kind of move
wonderful.
my screen so you can get a better look at the whole store here without making anyone dizzy. So it was hard to get everything in um, just my small little booth I've made here.
But
Um,
it's gorgeous. I mean, look at all those
oh,
wonderful
thank you.
colors that you have behind you. Are those yarns that you've dyed yourself, or are those
Yes,
yarns
they
that you've
are.
purchased?
Yes, they are.
Oh,
Yes, they are. Um, so another unique thing about a yarn store is that we not only sell yarn and fiber, but we sell finished items like rugs. We have rugs. First of all, here's a bouquet I picked from our dye garden this morning,
oh, that's gorgeous.
which is coreopsis and goldenrod. So we do a lot of natural dyeing here.
Yes.
The Navajo churro that we weave the rugs out of is natural dyed. The colors here are indigo that we grew in our garden, weld, um, black-eyed Susan, and coreopsis and curly dock. So we either grow our dye stuffs or we wild collect them. Um,
Gorgeous.
the other blue that we have in our area that grows wild, and it's considered a noxious weed, is woad. So this is woad. It took me picking up in the mountains 2 pounds of leaves, which that's a lot of leaves, to make 1 4-ounce skein of woad. This is Lonnie's Lana fingering weight that I've dyed. And I just took off the loom just a few minutes before I came on. And this is a scarf that I've woven out of Lonnie's Lana fingering weight, natural colors with the blue indigo. I don't know, excuse me, woad. I don't know if you can see the woad. But anyway, this is a scarf and it will be for sale on my website and also on the Fibershed Marketplace.
That's right, because you're also a member of that as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Now, and so just to go back quickly to the woad. So one of the things that I when I first met you, or maybe a little bit before meeting you, was that I heard about the fact that you led sort of a day-long hike to go out and gather the woad that's in sort of has infested the landscape around where you are, and then come back and dye with it in the afternoon. Is that
Exactly.
something that
We've
you?
had several woad trips.
Yeah.
And it's so much fun to get together, everyone pack a picnic lunch, go up in the mountains in Forest Service or on private ranchers' land and collect the woad, the first year woad, and then come back to the shop and actually dye it. So it's a lot to do in one day. So we've kind of spread it out into a 2-day event.
That makes
So,
sense.
yeah. And we also do other dye classes with things that are wild collected, black-eyed Susans, wild sunflowers, and we grow a lot of dye and we have quite a lot of acreage in back of the shop. So we'd have a substantial dye garden. So
I have to say I'm very envious of that.
oh, then the other thing I'm wearing this boxy worsted that's dyed out of my own alpaca marl, which is on this rack behind me. And those of you who have been to Lambtown events in the past will recognize these giant skeins of fluffy hand-dyed alpaca that are 8-ounce skeins, and they have 6 yards. So it only took 2 skeins to make this sweater. Is this backwards to you?
Nope, it's right for us, even though it looks backwards to you. It's a little confusing.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Then I also dye some of Lonnie's Lana, and I call it Bear Creek yarn because named after the Bear Ranch, and Bear Creek runs right through it. And Deep Creek Yarns is my name, so it just seemed fitting to call it Bear Creek. And this is a kit.
Ooh, pretty.
Night shift, and the finished garment is behind me, directly behind me. And the kit contains the actual 4 skeins that I used to make this garment. It also comes in 10 different colors, and I have it on this rack here behind me, and it's available on my website, warnermountainweavers.com, with mountain abbreviated MTN. And let's see, moving over here, this is my merino bamboo fingering weight, and it's a superwash, and it makes excellent warp. They're 8-ounce skeins, and there's 1,200 yards per skein. So it's a lot of yardage. You can also make a large shawl and not have a knot or not have to join, because sometimes it's hard to join with superwash.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and I would imagine that gives lovely drape and shine to a project as well with the bamboo.
Oh yeah, it's very drapey, and the bamboo, and it has a sheen. Then the newest thing I'm doing is this mohair rayon boucle, and this is Gap-tastic cowl, and it's made out of this colorway, and I have it in several other colors, and it's a free pattern on Ravelry. Or you can also make the Love Note sweater out of it. It's already plied together, so you don't have to combine 2 different yarns. And
that's the Love Note is above you.
Halo of kid mohair. It's very soft and cuddly.
It is. And you have a sample of the Love Note above you in the peach color,
I do.
right?
Yeah. That was actually made out of my sea silk.
Oh, neat.
In this color. And it's also on my website. And it's 50% silk, 30 merino, and 20 sea cell. So seaweed, which is probably like rayon made out of seaweed.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's lovely. And so just to reiterate, people can find you. Obviously, you have your website, and that is super easy to get to through the Lambtown Festival app. It's all linked there. But you are also on Instagram. And do you have a newsletter as well that people can sign up for, so that they know? I do have a
newsletter that people can sign up for. You can sign up for it on the homepage of my newsletter. And also, special for Lambtown, I have a coupon for $20 off the first $100 purchase.
Wow.
And so in the coupon, as you're checking out, in the coupon code, write Lambtown. So I'm offering that. And if people sign up for my newsletter in the future, I always am running some sort of a sale. So, and this sale goes to the 10th of October.
Oh, perfect. That's very generous of you. So just quickly, just to go back to the yarn that you used for your Love Note, can you say again what yarn that was, that sample?
It's sea cell.
Sea cell.
And it's on my website.
Okay.
And I have it in several colors. And
pretty.
I have silver. Someone made a silver.
Oh, nice.
And it takes 2 skeins for the medium large. So if
Uh-huh.
you wanted a larger size, it would take 3 or
Yeah.
even 4, depending on what size.
Yeah. And then did you hold that together with anything for your sample, or because I
No,
know that,
both fibers are already combined.
wow,
So
okay,
you
cool.
don't have to knit with 2 strands together. It's
That's
already,
nice.
both fibers are in the same yarn. And it has a nice halo and it's very soft and
Yeah,
great.
yeah, it's gorgeous. So do you have anything coming up that you would like to tell us about that's, share with us?
Well, we're still, as long as we haven't had a freeze yet, we're still heavily into natural dyeing season. So we have dye kitchen, and we have out in the backyard, we have giant dye pots, and we're picking flowers, and we're just trying to dye as much as we can before the fall turns into winter.
And typically, when do you have your first freeze?
Well, we've had down to 36, so it could be most any time.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. And, actually, that's something that we didn't
night,
say at
and
the
then
beginning.
it's up to 80 in the daytime.
Oh, oh, that's quite a range.
Yeah,
So just quickly, will you tell people where you are? Because we just sort of jumped into the assumption that everybody knows where you are. So let's back up and do that.
Warner Mountain Weavers is located in Cedarville, California, which is up in the northeast corner of the state. And we have a 2-story yarn store on Main Street in downtown Cedarville.
Amazing.
Upstairs, we have the hand-woven rugs, we have housewares, we have all of Lonnie's fabric. We have, it's also a working area where we have our winding equipment, and we have a sewing corner.
That's wonderful. I'm
downstairs is
like that.
Several looms that are behind the display back of me, where we weave rugs and scarves, and we also have hand knit sweaters and hats and scarves for sale in the shop. So we're unique in a yarn store in that we also sell finished goods, because we get tourists that come through town, not only just people that are interested in knitting.
Sure. And I asked yesterday when I was speaking with Lonnie about approximately how long it takes to drive up there from the Bay Area, and she said 6-7 hours. So just to give everybody an idea, so it would be great weekend, away once we are not dealing with COVID. Though I understand that you do not have very many people that have been affected by the COVID up there. So I can't believe I just said the COVID.
For a long time, we had
the
virus, and then we have a few cases, but right now there are no active cases. But still, we're really careful. We're not doing our classes.
Yeah.
We canceled our wool gathering, which would have been our 20th annual, because I started the store in 2000, so that's 20 years. So hopefully we can do one next year. And so we haven't done shows this year and are just working around here.
Yep. Well, thank goodness for the internet. We can visit you virtually at least.
Yes. And I spent my whole life in the fiber business. In the early 70s, I raised sheep and natural dyed and wove rugs and was a beekeeper. And then I worked at Dharma in San Rafael, and so got a lot of retail experience. And I also was a founding member of Black Mountain Weavers in Point Reyes Station.
That's amazing.
And then we bought a ranch for retirement up here. Do I look retired? And I opened Warner Mountain Weavers in 2000. And Lonnie joined, became a partner in the store in 2017. And she's added that young energy. And it's just so exciting seeing how her yarn business has taken off. And I really enjoy helping her and passing on my knowledge to the next generation of spinners and weavers and dyers.
That's
It makes
wonderful.
me a heartfelt enjoyment to be able to, my experience in the fibers, spinning, weaving, raising sheep, to my retail experiences, combining that and helping the next generation.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And thank you for giving us a virtual tour of your gorgeous shop. Just one question, and then because I need to move on, but is the shop open currently? Like if people were to go up and visit, are you letting people in the door?
We are open with restrictions.
Okay.
We ask people to wear masks, and right now we're have limited days, and we kind of trade off. We're open Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, 10 to 3, or by appointment. We're a destination, so sometimes groups of people from Susanville or Lakeview or the Shasta girls come, and they'll call ahead and we'll open for them. So we're open by appointment. But we do ask people to wear masks.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you again, Bonnie. I really appreciate it. It's so lovely to see your face, and I hope that I get to come up for a visit sometime soon.
But we'd love to have you.
Yeah, I would love that.
Come up and play die with us or something.
Exactly. I know, I'm jealous.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
And thank you so much for all of the work and effort you've gone into to make this virtual Lambtown possible.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Thank you again.
Okay.
Really appreciate
Bye-bye.
it. Take care.